Hi there. Yes, I am wearing my pants backwards. So, now you might be wondering why. Why am I not wearing the pants correctly? I'll answer that right now. This is just a top, but this, just like a little bit, not gonna make this super tight. Part of me just wants to hand sew it so that it's easier to take apart. Oh, if you didn't know what we're doing, ow. Oh, I was just trying to be nonchalant. Anyways, oh wow, the angle is horrible. So the reason I'm not gonna change the angle because I've been sewing a lot and it's very messy. Boom. Wait. This video is to show you how to add darts into your pants so that you can feel like darts. This is actually not the best shirt to showcase, so give me a second. Oh, and I reopened the door. No, the people can't know I have cupboards. Oh, the black and white is actually such a nice contrast. You can do this with any pants that are a little bit too big that you thrift, or if you just want to make pants that you already own a little bit smaller. With these pants, there's a little bit of space, but I think I'm just gonna make a dot at the back here in the seam because these pockets are quite large and in charge, and I don't want to disrupt that, and I still want them to be functional. So the plan is I'm gonna do this again now. Now you can already see this is excess fabric for me for now. I'm not gonna do it with a machine. I'm gonna do it with hand so that I can unpick it as my body grows and gets smaller throughout life. First I need to pin this situation. I'm just gonna do one because I already know my dot is gonna be here with the seam that brings these two sides together, and so I don't need to do a lot of thinking work now, which is one of my favorite types of projects. If I don't have to think. Beautiful. Straight, look straight ahead, comfy in the pants, a nice little wiggle. Now is a good time to also be in front of a mirror so that you can see exactly what you want and just knowing sort of where I would want it to sit, because also the way that your pants are going to sit now when you put a pin in it is going to be the way your pants are going to sit after you sew it. There are no magic steps happening in between. You don't want to accidentally make a dot and then it just wants to sit like this the whole day, or it wants to sit like that the whole day. You want it to be comfy so that you continue to wear this thing. But just saying, take your time with the little pin situation, make sure it's placed exactly where you want it, where it fits your body the best, and then you don't do it and then don't wear it anyways because now you sewed it wrong and you don't want to sew it again. So if you're anyways just going to sew it once, you might as well just sew it right. But that's enough for now. Now I just need to show you actually straight ahead. A little push like that. And do you see how that dot already is making itself? Do you see how that is turning into a dot? Then you take your pin, kind of where it is. Actually, I just usually hope for the best. And the pin just fell out. Wow. It's okay, I have a fashion degree. Dude, it's so hard to pin stuff alone. It literally just popped loose. Ow! Freaking rude. I don't want it to fall out. Hold onto it and then re-establish the pin. There's the pin. Here's the pants. This is the center back seam. You can take the back seam, take the pin, and then on this back seam I'm gonna measure, I think 15 centimeters, maybe 15, 16, and just make a dot there. And then from the pin here at the top, a straight line down to where this dot is. If you never found a use for these bendy rulers throughout school, because it doesn't really make the straightest lines actually on paper, but they are great for making straight lines on not so papery straight fabric. So we've got that going for us at least. And there's your dart. And there is your dot. There is your dart. And there is your dart. I'm gonna just there it goes. These dots, these little triangles, they are used everywhere on the pattern to shape. So that's what's going to happen. Enjoy. Oh, hey. And what I'm currently doing is I'm reinforcing some pins, and then I'm going to do a basting stitch, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. I love this thing when I'm working by hand. When I buy a machine, it's not always the best. Then I like to just have a pin cushion by my machine. But when you're on the go, it's like a Ben 10 watch. I'm just going to take some white thread and a needle, and I'm going to thread the needle. I don't think my opinions are meant for the internet, but I do know there are some skills that I can transfer or teach, or just like some nice little tips and tricks. Maybe my life experience, but also time and place. And I don't think it's the time to trauma dump on you guys just yet. So, we're sewing. So, oh, I should probably also show you this. I do a little boob-a-doop, boob-a-doop, boop. I'm also not going to be the best teacher because I'm a visual learner. So my my audible instructions will probably just be like, do the loop, and then you put the thing in the loop, and then you pull the loop. So see, that's exactly loop de doop. Then you do that, and then you just aim. I'm just gonna do it and show you guys from now. If I have to explain, I will explain. This is gonna go out as well, so this does not have to be the neatest job. Big stitches, not the most. You can do it a couple of stabby stabs at a time as well. So then you make like 3 stitches or 2 stitches instead of just 1. Until you're done basting. Okay. And it doesn't have to be super duper straight. It doesn't have to be the best. Because also, no one is going to look in your pants to see the work that you've done. Especially if this is a personal alteration and you're not doing this as a job, because I tried to do alterations as a job, and I think that's a way to slowly get me to die inside. Now that you have your basting stitch, you can take all of your pins out. What? Sounds like a guinea pig. And I also love these little snippy shears. I think even if you're just a beginner sewer, I would highly recommend those little shears. And even with the little baste, you can see. And now I'm just gonna, oh, I'm seeing now this thing. This is not the best tutorial if you want something professional. I'm pretty sure you can find something here on YouTube that it will be professionally like a tutorial so that everything looks right and that you make the waistband smaller as well. I'm keeping the waistband in here with its little belt loop because my body is subject to change. I'm not gonna go cutting and going crazy with these pants because I think they'll still be comfy if I gain a little bit of weight. Then I just take this apart. Then I kind of want to use a stronger thread than the white. No, I'm gonna stick with the white thread just so that that can stay relatable for this tutorial so that you don't have to get another thing of thread. This seems long enough, and I'm also gonna show you what I do when I don't want to make a whole knot. So this is gonna just be hand sewing and me figuring it out, which is also going to be you when you do your own pants. I hope you realize this. This bottom exposed thread is the end of the dart. Gonna pop up and pull, but not all the way. You can see there's like a little lip, and then I'm gonna go again in that same spot and pull. And before this loop gets too small, I'm gonna use this opportunity to just take my needle through it like that, not pull too hard or tug too hard because this is still loose, it doesn't have a knot. So you just pull, make it a little taut, and then I just go for a 3rd time. So instead of making a knot, you can also just sew your knot
into the jean or into the pants. If you're hand sewing, what this would probably be, this is sort of like back stitching, I would say, when you sew with a regular machine. And then parallel right next to it, right next to that stitch on the other side, I'm gonna do a little stabby stab. And now it's literally just gonna be a ladder stitch, sort of, on each side, both sides. You kind of make it loose in the beginning, and then when you're like 10 stitches in on both sides, you can pull it a bit tighter, and then it'll see, I can't explain, I'm just gonna show you. So it's either a little ladder or it's a zigzag. I'm not entirely sure. I'll add a little thing, like a diagram or something. And here you don't want to make knots. You just want to make little stripy stripes. Left and right and left and right. I don't know if this is going to be enough thread, but we'll see. Okay, I feel like this is long enough to showcase. So you're just going to make boom, 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 boom. And it does look like a ladder, which is probably why they call it the ladder stitch. And just the more you pull it, how seamless and smooth that looks. So you just continue. And we're done. Now, all that's left is to, if you're fancy, you can iron it. I'm not gonna iron right now because the iron is in a room where I don't want to go. So we can also take out all of the basting stitches. And then you just pull it out. I'm gonna go try on the pants now. I hope you enjoy this and that you find motivation or just even a little bit of courage to do something for yourself. Because it's really nice to do something for yourself every once in a while. Okay, bye. Enjoy.